cameras reverse. Red is go, green is no.
Red is recording. Just like Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Turn that, Spencer.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep, you bet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. You bet.
Thank you.
Let me know when you're done, so I can come back in.
You know, sitting in my building.
I think it's on 2.4 or 5. Almost.
Does everyone want a copy?
No.
I have it. Unless you change it. Should be that my version of it. Changes next time. You ready? Good. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Start with attendance. Jamie Junker.
There.
Brittany Seat.
Here.
Chris Johnson. Here. Kevin McClay. Here. Spencer Stevenson. Here. And Debbie Hanson, myself is here. And Sam.
I'm here.
Okay. Everybody had a chance to look over the agenda.
Question, just quick on it. Are you able to record on this too? Transcribe notes?
I say, are you taking notes, Sam, or do you want?
That works easy.
No, I can take notes. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, there you go.
Try to Spencer.
Maybe you have something else to go on. Just one. Now you go.
Okay.
Spencer, try there again.
Has everybody had a chance to look over the agenda? If there's no amendments that need to be made, we need a motion to approve.
I approve.
Got a first from Brittany. Second. Second from Spencer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, we need approval of previous board meeting minutes from April. If there's no amendments, we need a motion to approve. Motion to approve. First by Spencer,
I will second that.
second by Brittany. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, we'll move into the public address, and Elizabeth is here to.
Lauren is on sick today, so she's not coming, and Joel had to leave town for work. So it is just me. I'm going to try to read through this as fast as I can because I'm a speech writing person, and yeah, I'm gonna try to hurry up.
And maybe just for clarity, what you're speaking to in regards.
Oh, well, and
This, for the,
yes,
for the minutes.
yes, I'll say that in
Okay,
there.
good, guys. Sam, can you hear?
Should I move closer?
I can, it's pretty body.
Yeah.
I can hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm closer to the computer. Okay, so, and I will get to that, what we are talking about. But first I was gonna touch on who I am. I'm Elizabeth Lockhart. I played hockey here for the Oilers over 20 years ago. I've helped coach 19U and learn to skate. Both of my daughters are in the program. My oldest, Lauren, is a senior, and my youngest just finished her second year. My family has been a part of this club since the beginning. My dad, Kurt Samuelson, is still up there zamming. And my brothers, Corey and Scott, and their wives, Lisa and Michaela, organize tournaments, help with tons of stuff. They coach all the way to they've served on board in the past. So that's my family. And I'm just here to hold the right people accountable, to prevent scapegoating and misinformation, and to protect my family's reputation. There is a couple things I have here. I don't know. So I just wanted to, because this is kind of good for everybody, I don't know. Has anybody seen this picture before?
Yeah.
You know this one? Do you remember it from high school? I bet you do.
Yeah.
Do you remember this one, Brittany? I bet you do. So what does everybody see? Old lady? Who sees an old lady?
What do you call them, old?
So do you guys all see a young lady? Do you see it both? You see them both? Yep. So now, if you look at it in the other way, this is the old lady's nose, this is her eye, this is her mouth, and this is her chin. So you can see it in two different ways. The young lady, or you can see the old lady. Which, we're all looking at the same picture, just, yeah. It's a fun thing to point out, like different perspectives of all the people involved in the same situations, how they can view it, perceive it. So, why I am here is last week, Lisa Samuelson had texted Lauren Mellon, my daughter, and Megan Wirtz about the hockey scholarship because Jamie, a current board member, had mentioned that no one had turned it in and the ceremony was coming up on Wednesday. Lauren submitted her application that Monday evening, I believe. And by 1:27 on Tuesday, Sam had texted me and asked me to call her. I said yes, I will, and I completely forgot. And I didn't call her until Wednesday morning, which unfortunately is the same day as the scholarship awards ceremony. When I called, she informed me that the board had voted not to give Lauren the scholarship, at least not at this time. So, some of the reasons I took away from our unfortunate conversation was that no board members knew about it, which is false because clearly Jamie did because he had told Lisa nobody had filled this out. So, on top of Lauren not getting the scholarship, I was at this point in my head getting lied to. Okay? So, yeah, not gonna sit well. That Lauren had an unfair advantage because Lisa is her aunt and a past board member. That is, to me, not an advantage. It was just better communication. If someone at my dad's workplace, he worked at MCHC Electric, had told him, hey, nobody signed up for the McKenzie Electric scholarship, would that be unfair or cheating? That somebody that was employed there had mentioned it to my dad? No. Also, the past board didn't communicate this to the new board. That is also false. I have emails here from Lisa Samuelson on April 21st and 30th that were forwarded over to the board's email, showing the information and the contact at the Wofford City High School. Okay? So again, to me, not true. Then the other thing was none of the other seniors knew about this. To me, also false. Lisa had sent this to Berkeley Wirtz's mom, Megan, and Lauren, and I believe she said at the same time in the same message. I don't have that printout or here, because I haven't seen that one. And Lauren had mentioned to me that one other girl knew of this, but she chose not to apply. What I did not know is the board had failed in completing some tasks, but I will get to that. So then, some of the board members spent time calling senior parents to ask if they knew anything about the scholarship, which apparently none did. Honestly, I wouldn't expect parents to know. I didn't know a single scholarship Lauren had applied for, and she did very well. Not one, there you go. If the applicant you prefer didn't complete the form on time, that is not Lauren's fault. And I don't like being lied to justify and make it okay to open up this application time frame. She got it done, nobody else did, fair and square. So what it looks like to me at this time, well, the week prior, I had read the cruel text messages between the board members about Lisa Samuelson, Lauren's aunt, And after being lied to about who knew about this, whose fault this was, it is not hard to conclude that certain members were looking for any reason to deny Lauren this scholarship because she is a Samuelson. Where accountability actually belongs is with the new board. They failed to complete the required steps with the school and failed to post the scholarship on the Oilers webpage. Things that we didn't know that hadn't gotten done. No idea. Okay? That failure is on the board, not Lauren, not Lisa, and not me. Now, what I didn't think about at that time either was Lauren's perspective and how she took all this. Lauren felt that the board members, some of them, do not believe that she deserves this scholarship, and that reopening the process was an attempt to avoid having to give it to her because she didn't deserve it. So that's how she felt. I never even would have thought of that, but that is her perspective as a high schooler. So she thought you guys were squirming to just hurry up and open it because you guys didn't like she's the only one that turned it in. So she's hurt and humiliated, and that's how she sees it. For those out there that don't know, a couple of facts about my daughter. She was voted senior class president this year. She was voted captain of her hockey team. She has committed to play hockey, college hockey for Grand Canyon University, and she is graduating with a 3.74 GPA. So that's just a couple of things about her. I am almost the end of my little thing here. I also just want to be absolutely clear that I will not accept a third narrative being pushed that my family or Lisa Samuelson somehow didn't tell anyone or kept this secret so that we could steal or cheat our way into this scholarship. That is false. The communication trail proves that. That would be the emails of sending it over to the board. And the board's own internal confusion does not justify rewriting the story to blame Lisa, Lauren, or myself for what has happened. Lauren requests the chance to submit a new application since she also did not know about this and hurried up and scrambled and got it in on Monday night because she was doing last minute because we had no idea about this either. We were in the same dark spot as everybody else. It's unfortunate to Lauren that this is happening, but also the failure, I don't believe that the failure of the board, I don't believe should be put on these seniors. I think they all deserve a chance. You know, and it's unfortunate where we are. I'm not happy about it. I'm ticked about it. I'm ticked about lying and stuff, you know, so that does not sit with me, the lying or scapegoating. But I do believe all these seniors should get a chance. And I think that it should be reopened. And that is all I have to say. So, thanks for your time, guys. That's it.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for fun stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Put on your learning cap.
Okay. Treasurer's report. Everyone have a chance to look at the report that I sent out last Friday. Does anyone want me to pull it up?
Pretty good. I did look it over. I didn't think I had anything, but I did ask. I couldn't see it if we built figure skating for this last season, so I asked Nikki to look into it. Since she does that kind of invoicing.
Gotcha.
So that was the only thing I couldn't tell if it was in there or not. So she's going to look at that, and then obviously we still bill Mario for his camp. He has not paid that yet. He's still waiting for the final invoice there, so that's something she's working on.
Because he was going to send the
Check. Yeah.
Once he got the final.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, she had that little, not necessarily little, but it had that blank space where the camp charge was. Literally, you know, so I gave her the main one. So probably the price discrepancy that they got ironed out. And we might have to honor the 160 for him because it wasn't on the rental agreement that he was given. So we'll see what she comes up with there. So those are the two things that I had. Nothing else on there other than the obvious bucket. Fun.
I did get a Excel version of the chart of accounts, and it's gonna be high on the priority of starting to go through there. My thought is consolidating some and doing away with others. Some of these bigger buckets, maybe adding some account numbers so we can see some detail. The other thing, I did start that spreadsheet for kind of the active pending invoices. I don't know if anyone's gotten in there and looked at that yet either, but depending on how that goes, or if we can just do an audit of the transactions that she attaches to the end here once a month. One way or the other, I think we can start to get these things into the right balance.
Probably be easier just to do it at the end of the month, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I've been struggling to keep up with it in that spreadsheet. But I think getting this on the tail end, seeing where all those transactions go, I think we can definitely audit it, make sure they're going to the right accounts, and if there's any questions from this specifically, they can go talk to whoever the board member was that was in charge of it, and start getting some of those out.
So I did see your email too, because my friend obviously sent us the utility bill for payroll.
Yep.
We were supposed to technically formally approve here for all of those. If it's a recurring bill, I'm not super concerned about approving them personally, but based on previously anything that any treasurers in the past, any invoice that comes through, usually comes through us for approval, and it's just maybe email and then Denise pays it. If you guys want to do something different, recurring, like a utility bill, then just to save time. I don't know. Formally, I think we have to approve it, but I don't know what your stance is.
Well, and I guess to that end, budgeting and approving spending, I think we need to get more structured with that. For the returns, for example, that's 30 grand worth of expenditures, and it was just kind of, this is what we're doing. We didn't sit down and go on, we didn't deliberate on it. If you want to set a threshold, I think that's a good way to approach it.
It's a dollar value.
Yeah, like if it's a 5,000 or 1,000 or whatever it is, I think a lot of us know what we're going to be spending monthly payments most of the time. We can at least put it in the budget and say that.
Yeah, as long as there's no questions on it, I think we can set a threshold.
And we'll
If it
see it
doesn't-
at the meeting anyway.
Right. If it doesn't pop out, you're like, what the hell is this for? Then I think we just, just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I can try to draft something for more.
Okay.
Did you say you already had that spreadsheet built up?
Pending invoices. It's in there somewhere.
Is that something?
Probably in the treasurer.
Treasurer, not up to date, but few things missing. But it's essentially going to be that same level of detail that you see in the transaction book. That do these things about that. Her report is very much less labor intensive.
I'll motion to approve if nobody's got any questions on the financial report.
Got a first from Jamie, second?
Also,
Chris seconds, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Organization. Credit cards. Okay, so we went over to the bank, tried to get put on the credit account because Lisa's credit card has been canceled. She put it under that, but they told me that they need approved minutes from the board, voting on a dollar amount, and then that I'd be attached to that. And I guess my suggestion there is if we only facilities card or anyone else to be able to have access to a card, we should approve them as well.
So what cards do we currently have out? Any?
None.
So,
My
because I'm
understanding
pretty certain we had a credit card and a debit card.
was the only thing we were putting stuff on was a credit card.
Right, there's also a debit card that goes in our bank account, right? Where most of the stuff is going in a credit card.
Not to my knowledge. So I can look into it. You think Eliza has it?
Yeah, or did. I know there's two different cards. Because if the credit card was like maxed out and Denise hadn't paid it off, she would have to transition to the debit card and come right straight out of the check.
What dollar value do we need to?
So 20,000 was the last one. What's the limit for the last one? There's a motion to approve 20,000 for myself. But if you want facilities to have.
No, thank you. Or we can do expense reports and
The few times I'll have to use all these, but I don't need a card.
Well, isn't most of your stuff direct invoice and then goes to Denise pays it? So I would say Nikki needs one. Or the scheduler position, I should say, needs one because tournaments and stuff.
She said she's been able to send checks to some of them, but yeah, definitely a card. I guess what's the typical monthly purchase there?
Well, it's going to vary because as soon as they open, depending on when they open online for registration, it could be 10 in April and 2 in May. It just really depends on which one you're going to when they open. So I mean, it's kind of fluctuates. I think, can you pull up the season planning? Or one of you? It'd be useful. It should show the total that we're anticipating spending at the bottom. No time up. We're at the bottom of that season planning deal.
Right now.
You know, time up. I think it's like 27 months.
Oh, it's over 20
Yeah.
per month.
No, total.
Oh, so should we just do 2 for 20? Let's
Yeah.
just do it that way. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got do we have a motion for Spencer, Nikki, Spencer Severson, Nikki Irwin to get a credit card at a limit of 20,000 each?
Well, I think, without having the thing in front of me, I think the total was like 27,000 anticipated total spend, but the Warroad one should have dropped to 1350 out of it because we're 5 2 get one free. So it's going to be around probably 25.
Well, I think she's already had
That-
Lisa cut a few, or not Lisa, but Denise cut a few
Correct.
checks.
Yeah, that was on the treasurer's report
Yeah.
already. So then that's already paid for, right? So I mean, it's going to be less than 20, and she's not going to buy all 20 probably in 1 month. So I would just say 20 is going to be plenty to cover it. And then when she's done, she's going to need it.
What was that? What was that under?
It's the season planning in board of directors hockey.
I think we do have to just keep them both the same regardless, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to spend that money on the shot yet right there. She 27 right there total cost. But one of the brand ones for 1350 was free, so that should drop by 1350 if she gets in all of those that we proposed. So that's the thing is she needs a credit card because in order to get in without losing those spots for one, she needs to get paid for those. As soon as they open. So I'd say I'll motion to do. I'll motion to approve the 2 credit cards for Nikki and Spencer for 20K apiece.
Second, Will.
I will second to approve 2 credit cards.
Okay, we got a first from Jamie, a second from Kevin. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
And did she get that
Yep.
All right, high school hockey.
Okay, I did inform Brad. We had our meeting tonight, showed him where it was. So obviously, I don't think they have any updates for us. I know they were last time they were working on jerseys, kind of games figured out. I think the remaining boys' games that he's dealing with are going to come from junior bowl teams, more than likely. Fill out the rest of that schedule. So they're 15. They have 6 games they got to pick up. Was the last I talked to them. So we try to get other high school teams, but they're all booked obviously with being full, not independent. So this MOU, last meeting I brought it, showed everybody. I don't think it's anything detrimental to the club. He did edit the potential for adding junior girl and 19U back if it ever came to a point where they could fill varsity, JV, and then a third team. Which again, the percentage of that happening here, at least on that area, is very, very minimal. But I didn't want to do an amendment in case for some reason it did happen. It's just there. And, the rest of it seemed pretty.
I guess pretty standard in all the other hockey, the other high school hockey.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing.
Was he compared to the one that you guys looked at?
I did.
It's similar.
I read ours, but trusted what you, since you said it was similar, I didn't waste the time to read it, but it didn't, nothing stood out to
Can
me.
we pause a second? Sam said it's spotty. Does anyone have like a lot of battery power to speaker grid? She just texted me, sorry. And I'm just low on the battery, so.
Just speaker,
I don't, she just said it's spotty to hear us, so.
because it's only Spencer's computer.
Just really message.
We need to get that set up.
Yeah, that's on that. Should be on the So that, I mean, high school hockey guys, that's all I have. We just need to vote to approve it, and then Cody being president, we need to sign it, and I can ship it back to Brad.
Is it open kind of discussion about that? So how can I ask a question?
If you want.
I'm just curious, like, any other updates?
I don't have any other
Or like,
updates.
Alexander, was there an issue there?
That was one of the first things I told him was to make sure he calls there because Alexander, they don't do it by school, right? Like Willis and Rob don't get to trap, it's by individual sport. If they don't have one, obviously they don't have hockey, so that was one of the first things I asked him to do. I have not had an update from him in that regard. Don't ask me about Sydney, I have nothing there.
I was here.
I have nothing there either. That's kind of currently in the high school's hands. I mean, I'm sure Brad will want to get me here. In the
Are they getting applicants?
The jobs have been posted for coaching staff. I don't know who the applicants are. He has said that they've had some people apply, but he couldn't really show me that. So yes, they're getting. I don't know if they've come to a conclusion on anyone in particular, started interviews, or just kind of waiting a little bit until the transition from Brad and Mitch, which is July 1st, happens. I don't know. So last I met, that's kind of all the details I got from him was yes, it's online. He showed me some jersey mock-ups.
Who does the hiring? Was that like
The boards of.
They've already approved the budget, so they already know what they're paying. But the 80s likely going to be the one that does this. So that's why I'm wondering if.
Yeah, they should be.
It sounded when I talked to Heather, they were just waiting.
That's kind of what I imagined.
I think
So, and then I've got their practice schedule, their home games already in our facilities page, so we can work around that. It's going to be fluid that is one thing the hockey committee to keep in mind is it will be fluid on game nights, so we're going to have to manipulate other teams' practice schedules that it affects, that it take their slot, go in the morning, or somebody's going to get pushed really late, because they slated most of their games on weekdays at 7. They were back to back, it was 5 and 7, which I think there will be one of those, and then there's a couple weekends. There's a couple weekend games that are at noon. So I have to work around a couple tournaments.
We just have to be a little more flexible on that than last year.
Correct.
Jump to mornings.
That's what I'm saying, like wherever, just keep, when you guys are building the practice schedule for this upcoming season, just keep in mind that it's gotta be fluid. maybe we can go and look at the facilities page and see where the adjustments would need to be made. That'll be my only thing there. So, yeah, I mean, we've had discussions, nothing's firm as far as equipment. I kind of made the statement like we already have all the training aids. If you see something the coaches get in that we would like, I would expect them that they would buy it. They're more than happy to buy that stuff. You know, to me, with only so much storage, you're not really hauling that stuff from high school back and forth. Like, personally, this was just my opinion. I said I think I could get you guys awards. They could use our stuff, and then if they needed to get new or replaced, they would start to foot the bill. So that way, we just share each other's stuff basically, and they'll buy the future stuff until we're compensated enough for what we have invested. So that was the other thing we kind of discussed. I don't know where Steve is on that, but he was kind of pushing. Brad seemed fine with it, so I'm sure we'll have to continue that conversation formally with Mitch. So yeah, we just need to get that to them. So it's in their possession, signed, sealed, delivered. Then they'll sign and send it back. So I mean, I was good with it. Inspector gave me a chance to read it. You kind of seen like the last one.
The first time I read it, fine. I didn't go through the phone to
So you read the first version? Okay. The highlighted was just a statement about the junior one and the adjustments. I just need a motion from somebody to. Everybody's good there.
All motion to approve.
We got first by Chris. We get second. Second by Spencer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
So you'll just have to, it's in the shape form. Have to print it, sign it, and then scan it back. Let me know.
Maybe Spencer can put it here.
See if you can get that to work. Or you can do an e-sign maybe.
Okay. Board actions, senior scholarship. We won't talk about this. Plan is to send the application out to all seniors. We need to settle on a return date and then a time to award in place.
So we have the document. I know we gotta get the website updated for future, whatever. So we gotta get the date probably taken off of it, just sent out, is my understanding.
Yep. I don't think so.
And then what's the time frame everybody wants? 2 weeks?
Say 2 weeks.
And then another week to review?
Is that, that's at the end of school, then, right, or is that, or, yeah,
Yeah, the school.
or maybe 2 weeks of school.
Would we approve it in the next meeting? Or do you want to, we can just review it and approve it prior to the next meeting?
Where do we want? Well, next meeting would be.
It was me, I would approve it before the next meeting and then award it at the next meeting. So we don't have to have another special meeting.
August, around July, June award?
No.
Figure out.
June's board meeting, award it then.
Okay.
So we'll give them 2 weeks to get it back to us, but we can review it, we'll vote on it online or on email.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing, you vote at the meeting or.
Yeah, and then just award it at our next board meeting. Then we don't have to rent something and everything else, we can have it right
Just
here.
have the person come in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's easy to do.
So, who's sending that out? Is that Sam?
Sam.
Sam's gonna send it out, fix the document, send it out?
You good with that, Sam? Can you hear us? How about now?
Yep, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
So-
Yes, I'm good with that.
You can send that out this week yet?
Yep, I can get it updated, and you said just remove, well, obviously we have to remove the 2025 dates that are on it.
Yeah, I think based on the consensus from the school was just not have a date on it at all, so they can put it on the website year after year.
Mhm.
Yes, and then like on their
And then also include, we said 2 weeks.
Yeah, so she gets it out by tomorrow. We probably want them to have it back to us by the 29th. That's a little over 2 weeks.
Does that document have a dollar amount on it?
I believe it says up to 5K.
Yes, it
Up
does.
to, well, that's.
So it's open to what we do.
We can delineate how much up to 5K. So that would be a week in review of what we want to do there. It'll also give us time, and maybe if you want me, I can reach back out to Lance and I kind of did the initial run with him last summer and see about that other funds.
Talked to them briefly.
We did, okay. Did he say anything about?
Not specifically for that, not specifically for his senior scholarship.
You want me to call or do you want
If you want
to? Oh, okay. I can call. Give me a shout here.
What did he say?
to, he had said that, money, we didn't talk about this year. We talked about what they were giving money for last year, which was family leave for travel.
Remember we had a truck traveling for regular season?
Yeah. That was my understanding, that's what he said.
Yeah,
But
that's,
we can
that's
ask
part of
them.
that scholarship fund with what's on the
We
website.
can ask them.
That we need to reword that, because it's not really that same much, it's not really a scholarship, it's a financial relief, basically, fund for that kind of stuff, so. So I'll just follow up, because I had all those initial conversations. What he is worried was last year when I talked to him, was that he had individuals going to them for money for personal travel expenses, country, out of state, nothing to do with any of that, was going to the club, and so he's aware now that it was not, it was personal requests, not club requests, so.
Question, Sam,
Yeah,
are you going to send that through the school counselor or individually?
It's too, I think it's too late now, isn't it?
yeah, for the
Yes,
school,
we
it's
individual
Okay, so
copy.
we'll have to gather
And she just got an email the, you can go right under our star.
Yeah, I
Seniors.
click on the
Yeah.
You can send it out only to the seniors.
Going,
And my thought is send it to the seniors and one of their parents.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that
there-
it doesn't cover all the bases.
Their email is gonna be their parents' email. It's
Okay,
whoever,
but don't some of the kids have their emails on there?
most I would
I'm
say.
just thinking some did, but maybe not.
There might be a few, but most are all, it's all their parents' accounts, but it just says the player's name, so.
Sure, yeah, okay.
So due May 29th and then review by June 5th. Review by.
going forward, though, we're gonna correct all those little things that we need to put out ahead of time, like a February forward or January forward.
Well,
Here's things you have to do.
Can we kiss that to marketing, but yeah, I think so, like, have an earlier deadline, we should talk to Sam about that.
I'm even saying like, down the road, like, we're not here.
Yeah.
Like, people can come in and be like, oh, this is the month we gotta do this and then this, it's all laid out.
That's kind of the action plan. We put a date in there for recurring, that'd be your recurring stuff, right?
Yes.
Annual stuff, that, yeah.
Stuff that has to, yeah, whether it's an annual recurrence or a bi-weekly, whatever the recurring is, yes, all those things are gonna have a bi-weekly date, and that would be my assumptions.
Should never happen.
In this particular case, if we take the date, we just have the board email, we correct the due date for next season. It's just always on the school's website by then. It should be due before board ever transitions from old to new. Like the deadline should be mid-March, basically, to get it in.
No action should be
Done at a transition. So,
And
yeah, so to avoid future missteps, this way the school, we just always have it on the website. We just have to fix the deadline date, rather early to mid-March. And then this particular issue shouldn't happen again. And then Sam's going to correct the website as well, make sure it's on there too. And
approval of committee members.
How do you guys handle that? Do we just go around?
Didn't have any, yeah, we'll need to know because the handbook needs to be updated with the committee members.
I reached out to one person for bylaws. And then Kevin and I haven't had a chance to go through it yet.
We will.
So we will, but I reached out to somebody that was willing to.
Do we just start?
Start us off, budget. Right on the list.
Yeah, why don't you pull up your,
I say, where's the list?
your form in there and we can,
Oh,
Spencer can.
yeah.
Bylaws, start bylaws.
No, that's not what I was meaning.
Just so we knew in
Yeah,
order to go.
Kevin wrote a spreadsheet with everybody's thing on there, so we
Oh,
know.
you can just do that for notes and then add it in there too, if you want. You just keep cruising or,
We could just throw a list on, yeah, just throw it on there for right now, and then we can,
then add it on, then.
we can on SharePoint tomorrow.
Yeah, then load it in there.
Yeah. Exactly where
So the first one was bylaws, findings.
Yep. So I reached out to Keith Norbeck. He was willing to be a member on that, as well as myself and Kevin for the time being until we ever has rounded around what he was working on last season.
We already know you guys are on it. We already did that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, no one's time on that.
And if there's anybody else that somebody knows that is willing, then I didn't speak to, I guess.
Was there anybody, well, Sam, did anybody reach out to you from the survey deal on any committees?
No.
Yes.
Well, so we had Keith said that he would be on the budget and finance. Bobby said he would be on hockey, and then Kathy Scarda said she wanted to help with fundraising. But that was all that we got off of the survey.
That's pretty good.
Well, and plus what we had from the annual meeting, but that was a lot of there.
There we go. We can quantify whatever on the other side over there, with whoever.
Just go right, just go right down the list and put it in the right, yeah.
So,
We already got the chair.
last three.
Is that
So did you?
your tie or Ty Scarda?
That's all right.
That was Zach Scarda. He was the one who was supposed to be looking at it last year. So,
And can we always add later, or does this?
Yeah, we can amend it.
Okay.
But, yeah, no, 100%, like if you're still looking, but we just
Yeah.
need an initial approval. And if you need more help, by all means, keep reaching out.
Because you might get crews in one of the committees and be like, oh, shit, we need more.
Yeah.
But my question, did you go back to the next meeting and then approve that person before
You could just email the board if you would like.
they, if there's an option?
Hey, I got John Doe wants to be on the committee, I only have one member, can you guys approve him to be it, this
Yeah.
person to be in it?
Perfect.
Done.
Okay, budget and finance.
I think we just say, well, we have it, and we'll approve the whole damn thing at once, not each individual.
We got Spencer, Keith Norbeck, Kyle.
Sam's Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and I mean, he was kind of thinking too, he'll do fundraising, but he wanted to kind of sit in on some budget and finance to really understand So,
Crossover.
I talked to him this morning, and I think it's a great idea to kind of have that liaison or cross-functional member, whatever you want to call it, because we really want to set target goals and some stretch goals for revenue creation this year. And if we can chase some stuff, let's say whatever it is, where we want to be, not just say, let's zero in now.
Like, good job.
Did anybody talk to Justin or Bobby?
So I did talk to Justin. I talked to Bobby. Basically, what I told them was, and Kyle and Keith, and I'd like to meet once a month, if we can get it down to like a quarterly thing, once we get things ironed out. Now we can be teams. Now we can be. So then all that, just gonna say, it's still be official. At least get a good direction.
Okay. Tournament?
So, I mean, I have Lori to help with the QR code for the roster pamphlets. And then I don't know, Chris, Hallie, can't obviously does decorating.
I know if you got enough people, I just,
Like I said,
because you said you didn't have any last year.
nah,
I mean, we need to be building people on these.
We're all gonna be helping when it comes to tournaments.
it's not really like a formal committee.
Yeah.
The help is the setup and tear down, which
Yeah.
moms and dads equipment. I kind of handle all of that leading up to
Yeah.
on ice. The biggest concern now is
But you need to be mentoring people, so in case Jamie decides to drive off the road, we have some.
I have a tournament director duty sheet already made. I just gotta be that off-season part. So I mean, I wouldn't necessarily put Candace on there. She's likely not gonna do other than anything but help decorate and then work and make sure everything's.
So who do you want on there, so we can
I don't have anybody. I'm asking. I have Lori, and that's it.
Well, that's
What I
it.
really need is
You just
is
keep Lori.
Lisa's replacement for merchant trophies. That's my biggest need.
So delete the rest unless he wants to.
That's it. That's all you need is Lori.
That's all I need. So I got someone's gonna have to step up and do what Lisa would do. So
Is that a difference?
What did Lisa do? I'm trying to understand.
she ordered all of the trophies, awards, banners, and then did.
She's the procurement manager.
Yeah.
So that's gonna have to go
Have
in.
you asked anybody to take that?
Probably not as of last week, when she went.
Okay.
The police replacements.
I mean, it's not a lot to do that.
No, there is. There's a lot of ones. She wasn't sharing. Oh wait, never mind. We don't know how she was ordering, and so that was one of my questions going through. We were never privy to what was going on. We have a lot of moms willing to help with trophies and do all the other stuff.
Yeah, oh, you're in there.
I don't know.
What if you ask? I'll just let you take it. I'm sure Hallie would if you ask her.
I'm about the worst.
Did you have any interest in this?
No, I don't know. Yes, well, I'll be on. You got me on concession.
I'm talking to her.
Nope.
Okay.
I want nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I will do my part when my tournament comes up, and I will help line up since Lisa was the reason she left was me. I have a lot of tournament people through softball and whatnot. I actually can find some replacement trophies, banners and whatnot for about the same cost, but I'll bring that to the table next time.
Chris. Hockey.
Confirmed, there's, Spencer, Preston, Bobby, Sean Brayland, and did you have to talk to Andrew?
Did not today.
He's only, there's a couple that did not.
So, like reading on here.
You keeping Dave on?
Dave can help if you want. I mean, we can add him later, but right now the confirmed ones, our official.
Sean Price. Preston, Bobby.
Sean Preston, Bobby.
You, Spencer, and Dave, right now.
I think Andrew will help when he's around, because he's.
Yeah, you said he's not. So the confirmed people that said they really want to help, I talked to Bobby, I talked to Preston, I talked to Sean. And then the other couple I talked to.
So take off Andrew and Dave because they're not confirmed, and just have the 5 that are on there. Is that
If
what
you want, Emily said she helped with the committee too, if you needed help.
Who?
Emily said she helped too if you wanted help. So she said that she would help with that.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at this one first. So we'll start, I mean,
That's
yeah,
fine.
we just gotta start somewhere. We gotta make stuff move. So this is the people who immediately jumped in.
Okay, fundraising, marketing, communications.
So I'm Kyle, and then Kathy had said that she wanted to help with it, and then Bethany Devlin, Candace, Hallie, and Courtney Stone.
I don't know if we're needed, but I think we were still needing Sam on there at that time.
Oh, you're typing. I thought Spencer was on. Get typing.
Spencer was not doing
Yes,
all the
Spencer
jobs, he was
was
driving,
typing.
I know me and Jamie both crazy, so. Sam, Brittany, Courtney, oh, I've Courtney on there twice.
No, Brittany.
No Brittany?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, we take him off.
No Brittany. So
Maybe if
Sam,
you
Courtney,
need-
Kyle, Kathy, Bethany, Candace, Hallie.
We don't
Yes.
Wait, yeah, which one?
Fundraising.
Okay.
Yep.
Sam, Courtney, Kyle, Kathy, Bethany, Candace, Allen. Okay.
Equipment and jerseys.
Oh, that's good. We have JC leading it with Kat. I believe she's up there. No?
No.
Kat. That's not her full name. I'm blanking.
Hartle.
Hartle is Kat. Thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Long week. Amanda Eisenstein. She is getting us all color coordinated, like the PD is in their equipment room, so we are going to be logged in. It's very organized. We just have to go through goalie stuff that way. That's later on.
Was Megan?
Megan Nelson and Aya. And then we got Jen and Pat on jerseys still.
Sam and Brittany. Sam on this one or just Brittany?
Wait, new Sam?
New Sam.
Are you on equipment jersey with me?
Or old Sam?
Sam?
You want new Sam? Pick a
I
Sam.
mean, I can be. I wasn't originally.
Okay, I
but-
didn't, yeah, no,
You're off.
you're good. You're off. You're just making sure.
I mean, I can always help whenever.
No, you're good. I think that was my main ones for equipment.
JC, Jen, Pat, Kat, Amanda, Megan, and
Aya. And yes, sorry.
Okay.
I only know that because she was on our team last year.
I always call her, yeah, sorry.
Zach,
Yeah, facilities, Chris Martin, Andy Eisenstein, Dave Nansen, Pat Fitzgerald, Colin Bell, Jeff Jensen, Austin Stacy, Cliff, JC Nunez, and Ted Nunez. And I'm sure more to come.
Chris not helping you. Facilities.
Or you, I guess, do you want to be on facilities?
Were you helping?
We came to facilities.
Every board member is welcome in every committee, but,
No. You can't have one.
no, obviously you can't have more than 3, but if
so-
you wanted to show up to a meeting, you sure can.
You just call me when you need help.
Kind of how I did it for all of them, so.
Yeah.
Discipline is myself, Noel Green, Pat Spacer, Legal, Robin Schmidt, Andrew Swanson.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, Andy's a great one.
Yes.
There's looks at one of the assistant principals as well. I just don't know him yet, so I don't know
when isn't Leah trying to kind
if Leah's phasing out. She's gonna help me till December because we're trying to finish up stuff from last year. So she's gonna help me through December, and then I'll have another committee member before
Okay,
Someone
concessions.
said they liked entertainment was, what did you say?
This one there.
I'll talk about that.
She won't, yeah, she's not even a club member anymore, so that would work.
Yeah.
So I really only want 5 people on that committee because we'll never have that over. So that's the big one to have.
Okay, concessions.
We got Kathy heading it up again. And then followed by me helping her, Andrew Grace, Amanda Eigenshakes on there, the spreadsheets again, keeping everything organized, God bless her. Kathy Marsha. Who else do I have in there? She's further up. Courtney Stone is in there with me, and I have one more dad. Oh, Matt here. He's my other dad. He's my vending machine. He's my technician. I got him. For now.
Cody and I don't have.
He's a clear and confident part of it. I was like, hang on, look at this.
Guys, like, who do the vending
I think you and I are a prime example of why people don't want anything to do with technology.
Yeah, I thought we did pretty good. Better than I thought.
I need a motion to approve.
They need to do the rest for the.
Are you having that many facilities special?
That's just the people who was going. No. So yeah, well, you'll probably have more. Really, the facilities team is every one of the Zam drivers because they're the ones who help with the facility. So
We're doing specialty items.
do you want any
Yeah,
special
might as well just keep trucking and then go with the whole list.
On hockey, we haven't talked to Dave. So.
Talk to Dave today. He said he'd be willing to do it. He'd be willing to help out.
That's why I said take Andrew and Dave out and then we can burn it, we add it later. I'm sure that will help. Andrew is hit or miss because.
I'm not involved with the team we got right now.
Okay.
But Andrew, as long as he will.
Yeah. I think we can add some data on that, add it later.
He's off.
Register.
Lori said yes, no.
As far as I know, well, Brittany did another calling.
Yeah, so she said she would just to like not phase us out like cold turkey. Now that Cole's gonna be somewhere like graduating soon. Not soon, but like she's trying to transition out. Sorry, not to put words in her mouth.
Well, she'll be out, yeah.
She'll be
she's
out.
got one more year.
Correct. Okay, last
So
year.
we'll need to find something.
So she
to
would
start
love
training
to
this
train whoever's willing. But she'll sit down with them. She's really willing. But yeah, she wants to transition out after this year. So if we have anyone that would be interested.
Okay. Scheduler, Nikki. Baby runner, Nikki, Kyla. I talked to Nikki today. I have 2 more people for baby runners.
Yeah.
So
My thought there is we should sit down and have like some sort of a formal interview, just to say that we talked it through. Makes sense, maybe.
For what?
For runners.
For the additional ones, or leave everyone out?
For the additional ones.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts? Maybe just that. 'Cause I don't know these people. I know
Who are they?
I don't remember what she said. It's 2 people that Nikki works with.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
she knows, like,
she knows
there's
them.
people that know them and trust
Well,
them.
I mean, the best person to do recommendation would be Nikki and Kyla because they know the ins and outs and how much the club pays. So, I mean, to me, if Nikki is recommending that they would be a good fit, then to me, I would just,
To me, that's the thing.
I would be okay with it.
You guys agree with that?
But it's still 6 to 8 weeks of background and then training and then, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, we're still 3 or 4 months from you getting up to run that first time, so. Even if we say yes today.
I think it's faster, yeah. Yep.
I mean, you're talking 6 to 8 weeks for just background and then they gotta start training them and you gotta go through something with the state too. So it's not like you say yes, they can run it tomorrow, so.
It is a process.
Yeah, so Nikki was telling me about it today.
That's fine. We'll keep rolling, and then Spencer can just email us the
Yeah.
2 names, and we can approve them.
Text me, so.
And and then Spencer could get enrolled and do the AG stuff. Like that's what you yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for the training next week.
Say support, Jen said she would do it one more year, but she wants to phase out.
She would like to find a replacement. I know, well, did anybody, I know there was somebody else that did, Sam on that list, wasn't Say Sport had somebody?
Was that JC?
Can't remember if it was her or if there was,
I did see some.
there was somebody that applied for Say Sport.
I don't remember, I gave Chris the list. Chris, do you still have them?
Paper sheets with the committees, people, from the annual meeting,
Yeah, the sign-up sheets.
sign up sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Can't read it from that.
So, I mean, you got a percentage, you do it for right now, we'll just start fluctuating this year.
I know, but we have to, like, if there's people advocating for, like, I don't think anybody's advocating for registrar or scheduler or gaming, but if there are people who say sport, that's where the vote comes into play is, and that's fine, we can, like, vote Jennifer in above those other people, because we have to know who those people are, because then me and Jennifer can pick one of those people and start phasing them in. We can't just dismiss other people's want to do it too. At minimum, right? Like, my assumption is we'll vote Jennifer in just based on experience, but that's the only position I'm aware of that anybody even wanted to be.
I think so, yeah.
I thought we might have seen it, but
Dibs.
So, again, I didn't see anybody. Tammy's, yeah, she'll do it again.
Yeah, Tammy said she wanted to do it again, and she was the only one I saw.
I have to deal with Aaron and coax him into it like I do every year. So, nobody else again has applied for it that I'm aware of. So.
Equipment manager.
This was the other one I saw because Katie was doing it. This was the other position. Okay. So she was the only one that really kind of asked to do it. Right? Okay.
Users agreement.
I don't. These are really positions.
Hockey, jerseys, tournament director, that's it, huh?
Yeah. Jerseys that Brittany's already got them in her equipment committee,
Yeah.
and then police they love to take it off there. That'd be it. So we just gotta figure out who wanted to be safe for. And when you know who it is, you can reach out to them. Right? That's the question. Since you got this. No, it was on the sign-up sheet. It's my recollection, it might even be on, was it on the survey result?
Didn't we take a picture?
I don't think I saw anybody do safe sport on the survey.
Okay, well, if we can find it, or maybe somebody, will reach out, and maybe that's, whoever that was, can phase in with Jennifer, because I don't see us going in another direction right now. So we're looking, what it seems like for is the event coordinator is what Lisa called it last year, it's not necessarily. So we'll have to figure that out. The rest is with me.
Okay. Any motion?
Yeah, I'll motion to approve all the committee members that were brought up in the specialty positions.
Yeah, first by Jamie, second. Second by Kevin, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Updated.
Jack Handler been updated over time, ins and outs. I feel that it's pretty ready to put on the damn website, and I'll get, now that we have the committee people in there, I can in special positions, I'll update that portion of all that's left to update, and we can, I'll give it to Sam and she can post it. Or it's in SharePoint, so really, once I'm done with that, she can post it to the website as the update. So, my intention at last meeting was, if you wanted any red lines, get it to me before this meeting, and nobody sent me anything
Yeah, I would just start there.
We can always amend it, right? We just need to get,
You can always,
yes, we just need to get something updated on the website.
with the committee.
Not, no, like the whole handbook.
Just-
Our old handbook is old.
you can do a revision.
We can constantly amend it. I don't want to beat it into the ground, but there's things that Chris, you know, like we got, one of the things I mentioned, we're adding a high school hockey policy. If you're gonna go, do we allow them to come back or not?
Well, that's something that the committee has decided.
That's what we're, correct, but that would be a policy that we need to amend in the handbook. Like Bismarck has it in theirs. If you go trout, you can come back. Sorry, you have to pay me. But I don't know if I do that here, that's up to those.
We don't have the numbers.
Bismarck, I think it cheats.
Well, they do it to avoid ruining their band team. Is what they want to do. So it's not that we don't have the numbers. If they go to high school, we don't want to come back, and they don't have a playing option. They don't make the high school team. Like if they're not happy with the results, right? Like,
Yeah.
But the argument against that, which again, not to be a dead horse, but this does involve high school hockey, is if I'm a second year or even a first year vet, and I want to go try for high school hockey, and I get told I'm going to be a fourth line guy, seeing minimum minutes. Well, you should have thought about that before you would try it out. Because we have to also have planning for our numbers and our situation too, right? We have to declare what we're doing. So we need to know. So this definitely needs to be something on your guys' radar for the hockey committee to help.
We'll be keeping that up pretty soon.
I would think so, yeah. So, I don't just think of it from a number standpoint would be my opinion. There's other things that I think. So,
User agreement update?
so we need a motion to approve that.
Do we have a motion to approve the handbook? As Jamie has.
Motion to approve the handbook. To put on the website or whatever else I'm saying. Yeah.
Brittany made a motion, we have a second.
I'll second.
Sam seconds, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. User agreement update.
So we met with the Parks District yesterday. Going in the right direction, figuring out what all the improvements are. I think there's still some fine tuning that needs to get done, but overall, it's heading in the right direction. We're still picking between what the best option is, whether it's going to be a full turnkey or phased in. It almost sounds like we're going to try to phase in over the first year, and then maybe in the second year, there's going to be full turnkey, which is necessary for everything. It sounds like this first year, facilities may still be covering the problems that we have.
Well, to be clear too, just to elaborate on that, they're gonna exam for private rentals, anything they're getting income for, so if they're gonna do figure skating, privates, camps, we would just be covering MCHC practices and games and tournaments. So that would still significantly reduce our workload for examining is the phased approach that we're discussing here. Because they've got some internal discussion about manipulating that power and how can they squeeze more out of other areas of their employees and sharing and all those things. But I think to just elaborate on Rich's point, I think we've got the base, everything, the base is pretty well laid out. It's just a matter of some dollars and cents on hourly rates at this point for not just us, but the other users that they got proposed to them, those types of things. And finding out if they need a kind of a little bit of a buffer this year, and see where, just so they can really get the ins and outs of it. So,
Our deadline's September, but we definitely want to try to get it hammered out before. I do want to take whatever the number ends up kind of being, and looking at it with the budget and finance committee, once we get things up and running. So
before we sign it.
yeah, so it's fully vetted, we understand, budget and finance committee understands it.
And then that group can take, your group can take my sheet too, even though it's
Yes.
not a perfect sheet, but it'll.
And try to forecast this
Yeah.
year based on everything that's in there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. as soon as they had some internal stuff that they'd approved through the parks and look at, as soon as they get that kind of approved, I think we'll fine tune those last few things, and then I think it's going to writing, so, we're not far off. And then we'll just see what the writing portion comes up to be. I think we have a pretty good conversation with them about what we expected to be in the writing portion. We know that it's going to match the other users for the most part as far as the verbiage. I think we've landed in a good spot from an understanding standpoint. So hopefully that's within the next, let's say, 2 months. And then from there, I think your group can vet that with probably the bylaws group and governance probably together, co-oping them, be legal, you would find my assumption how that rolls, and then from there. So, any questions on it? Kevin was not able to make it last night, so it's in with Josh's service. All good? Okay. Well, that's where that's at. I'm a lot more happy this time around than last time around with how things are going, at least.
Can't get any worse than last time.
I don't think it could have, but maybe, you know. But I think it's got significantly better. And honestly, on baseball hockey, I think it's helped kind of.
Say a lot of things better.
Okay, Warren Lawford.
So they briefly brought this up. I did already take the facility, or not facilities page, but on that season planning I have, the annual, you know, where they have the Mallard games, one in December, weekend, one in February. Josh mentioned they're going to do back-to-back weekends in October, which is plumb fine because we don't really have anything in October on weekends unless there's a camp that they're going to have to work around. I don't think we have any October camps. And this was 10 September, so I have his on that sheet, which we do need to get that on the website if you want people to sign up for that. It's the honor camp page. The link to how they register. How you guys would do that. All of you have access to edit the website, but I mean, Sam, you know.
We want to make sure the committees that oversee the certain areas are doing not a one-off here, one-off. I talked to this person, I'm talking committees that are funneled and it's discreet.
Who handles the camps? You guys have already signed them up.
No, I'm saying.
There's no website editor, it's Sam and myself. I'm saying that all of you have access to edit the website. Not cross-reference. Like, give everybody access to be able to do that. So if you want Sam to do it, you just need to let her know when you get that link and the dates on there, so others actually know to be able to sign up for it. That's all I was doing. Sam can edit it for you, or I can.
I guess I think where Chris is going is like if we want marketing to get into it, make banners and stuff.
Sam's already dealing with that on the website. And he's,
I think where we're all, this has been screwed up for years, is there's too many people that just don't do shit. And we need the committees to like oversee it, to take ownership of that, and people stay on the lanes, and then that way it transfers over, it's the committee that's doing it, not this person doing that, this person.
there's no committee for our website, though.
He's just saying marketing committee.
Right, which Sam already has it on her plate.
Thank you for understanding.
Okay. Anything else on Warren Lawford? Back weekends on?
Warren Lawford will still happen in September, where I had it, it sounded like in September, that first weekend right after Labor Day or whatever. So that is the anticipated that I have on the season plan. She's like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Well, the 10th will
It's not the same weekend as the camp, it's the 4th and 5th.
Yeah, no, I've seen it work.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking to myself. Yeah.
Yes, it's the 4th and 5th, it'll be warm up. The camp is the following week.
Yep.
And ice is going on the week before warm up, which is also supposed to go and follow PT. The week is supposed to start. So, based on what's on the website, and you guys can for how that's going to get.
Yeah, we'll be knocking that.
So, that is the update there.
Okay.
Other than that, one more thing. There is talks about an AHL expansion, so they've been fielding lots of calls on how to possibly do that, but it doesn't sound like that's going to be a this year thing if he does, it might be best case. Next year, however, I have a hard time believing how they're gonna make it work with only 2 sheets of ice. So,
Okay.
and not proper facilities for that type of situation.
Thank you, Jamie. Committee updates, bylaws and governance. Kevin and I haven't met yet. We plan to soon.
In June. So I'm taking off vacation for the rest of the month,
So nothing to update on bylaws and governance. Disciplinary? Why can't I say that? Disciplinary updates?
no updates.
Okay. Budget and finance?
So gaming, we are up and running. I do think that it would be a wise idea to maybe not involve any member, but maybe just board members or others, but have some sort of formal gaming committee. So we can strategize and plan if we want to expand. What that looks like. But we've already covered it as far as the others are looking at others and we've got 2 meetings we can do there. I've got training I'm trying to sign up for next week. We're done with that gaming manager training. And the last thing is an audit from 22. I sent that out last week or 2 weeks ago. Was anything you just like that? It's a 5 AG, those stuff. The company we were working with prior to FPG,
They had some problems.
had some problems, but
It was them, not us. What the PG really wanted to highlight.
As far as the,
Them getting fined,
That being
penalized.
fine, so.
what was the value? I couldn't figure out what the
$1,700.
Oh, that's it. I was a little bit more nervous because I couldn't see. I was reading it. So we got approved to pay that then? Or?
Yep. And I mean, can get a motion to approve, as long as everyone's comfortable with what, with the way that was worded, just approve the pay the fine, I understand, just move on.
Okay, because everything that was came from the fine has been since rectified, right?
Yep,
Okay.
as far as I know, yeah.
I mean, I'll motion to approve paying the fine for $1,700.
Jamie made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second
Kevin seconds. All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Can we pay that out of our gaming account?
I'll check with these, and I
It's an expense, I'm pretty sure we should be able to.
should be able to. I think you're right, but I'll check with
Just-
these, I'll check with AG, they'll be down there next week, talk to AG, so.
When was that due?
Yeah,
So,
so we need to get it.
okay.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I
One
think
way or the other way.
I'm a little off topic, but not really. On the gaming fund, can we solidify? I know Lisa was super nervous about how we spent that money because it is specific, but in my brief reading, it was we can cover expenses like utility bills and things like that. That's how I understood it. Can we get a much better understanding of what the heck we can use that money for? Yes.
Yeah, the law down there will definitely.
Just kind of, yeah, because from what I read, like I said, the thing I was saying, it's we can use it for any expenses for the nonprofit is how I took it.
As long as it benefits kids.
It doesn't make that statement.
Does it not? I thought it did. It doesn't.
If you're gonna donate to like a entity, it's gotta benefit other like kids and youth. Things
Right.
Like that. But there's another portion of what you can spend it on that is expenditures.
Right.
That's not self-serving, basically. So
Yeah.
I just want to get it right.
Yeah, literally.
Everybody needs a better understanding of what we can use it because, you know, hopefully if we add more gaming locations and the year-round thing, you know, starts building a fund up, I mean, if we don't learn how to spend it, it's going to sit there with 6, 7 figures and nobody knows exactly what it's spending on. So,
Just to note on the gaming, because I was talking to Nikki and her other 2 else? I'm excited to put it out there. Any more? For a long time. Sorry, just moving that along to send you an email.
No, appreciate it.
Any more, Spencer?
No, I think that covers it for the
Turnip.
Well, squirts and PBBs were full, but Bismarck going to pull a team on squirt bees, so everyone's about left there. Total spots remaining on the tournaments is 26 out of 73. Obviously, the number is not with our internal teams, I think 9 teams. The AU Jamboree has got like, let's say, 8, 10 out of 30 signed up so far, which that one usually is the last week. Anyhow, I'm not worried about that one. So, moving along, I think it's brought in over like 35K. Last I looked at the cross-border finances, getting some income in from that to help stabilize the ship until the expensive part of it comes out. As far as that goes, that part's rolling. Now, obviously, the obvious one of the trophies and other situation is necessary to figure out what the trophies and the merge situation is going to be necessary to figure out. Specifically, the trophies, like days. So if that's in marketing, fine.
Should finally have a small marketing sponsor, like a product or something.
It's in those additional fundraising ideas. So I mean, that part we already know is in marketing's committee's lane, but talking about if they're going to add the merch and the trophies to their list, then we need to get something rolling on that right away so we can get a budget.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna, once we got the committee members approved, we were gonna have a meeting here soon, so I mean, we can talk about all of that and figure out what we need to do to get stuff coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Hockey.
Now that we have a team together, we can sit down and try to lock in some sort of spring sessions. We did talk to LGMD. They are interested in setting up a program, but not running it for the first time.
program. She wanted to write the program.
Right. And because she's busy up till July. Then she's interested in actually running programs for the kids, like Bismarck and other things. So that's good. We can maybe get into operation with them. We want to work together with them to have a strength conditioning program alongside power skating and stuff like that. Did reach out to a few people to gauge interest, because I know Spencer and Dave said they will lead some, but we don't want to just rely on them because they're going to pretty thin to try to find people. So we'll see what we can do. Once now we have a team, we can sit down and really hash things out and go forward, and then start to work on July or whenever we kick in the fall PT program itself. See what that looks like. But we're definitely going to have stuff in place. And plus that, what's her name? Molly Jetney, she's very interested in coming here. She's gone around the country doing stuff right now, I believe. When she gets back, she's going to sit down and act now she's done with the committee. And probably come here for sessions, even private sessions, or some bigger group sessions. Very interesting. She does it for other times.
I assume we're taking that dolphin since nobody can.
I tried to call him every day for the last 10 days.
There's a camp in July that out of Ohio that nobody can get a hold of. That Ryan gave me contact and Kevin came over that dolphin.
They keep trying to get a hold of
Oh, I see that one.
Yeah. No.
So
Thanks.
Really, Cal?
a bunch of vehicles.
Yeah.
I know that's what I'm saying, we need to take that down because I've been on the website, but Walker City's not on it, nobody can get a hold of this person. I would take it down.
Take it down.
And then,
Pay.
anything they guys, or, it's not payment, it's, you know, pay I did talk to Tom for prohibitions.
I say Tom talked to me this weekend.
We need to get a
Prohibitions.
Facebook post specifically to prohibitions going. Can you hear me, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. Really one last push because their camp is in like 3 weeks. And then we need to probably email the surrounding Wilson, Sidney, Dickinson, Crosby to let them know it's coming and push there as well, or tag their club. I don't care how.
Last one I was
Yeah, tag all of them on Facebook.
Tag their clubs on Facebook if that's how you want to get it done. I don't care.
Crosby's comes in others, so.
Because if we don't get their numbers up, we're gonna have a hard time continuing to come back. So part of the problem that we're frustrated with is that last year one of the camps was driving behind it. Although it's a 2-week break instead of dragging it back this time, I think we advocated not to bring back, and they are. So they're not very jacked about that.
So that,
There's a camp.
yeah.
Immediately following it, that last year was back to back. We're working on that one was supposed to be last year we brought him here. Now it's a 2-week gap, and I told them they would not be coming back, and somebody signed them up.
Why can't we talk about it?
Yeah.
Damn, I got you.
Not hockey. I don't think I can talk about this.
You can say whatever you want, but I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole on camera with that. So, just saying, it was brought back. The intention was not to, and so that was another thing Tom brought up. Is because they're obviously 2-week long camps competing with each other 2
Yeah,
weeks apart.
that's what he was speaking to me about. If you need help, Sam, with the run mission one too, just let me know.
Okay.
Getting that out or getting emails.
You called me for like an hour or so.
He thought you were gonna be up there, I'm like, no, he's in my bag.
Any more on hockey?
No, that's what we're at. We'll get some movement.
Okay. Fundraising, marketing.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get together, meet, and I have a long list of things to kind of talk about and figure out, the 2 little bullet points on there. Spencer had wanted added, but I think good things to think about. For the golf scramble, is that something that, like, do we have a date that was picked already for this year, or do we need to create a start from scratch on that?
We'll need to confirm with, I don't know, who are we? Tony. But usually they run it back. It's the same day of the year. Last year was like, actually Keith just asked us about that. It's August or September, something.
Like
It's August.
late summer.
I got it right here. I just literally tested.
You might reach out to Angie and Candace about that. They're the ones who really saved our tails last year on that.
So last year was Tuesday, August 26th. If you ran it back, it'd be the 25th. August. Yes, someone was in charge of it last year. Didn't do anything, so Candace and Angie saved the day. So I'm assuming if you're gonna have them try to run it back, get it in front of that sooner so they're not scrambling for advertisement.
What's long term?
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, first thing we need to do is reach out to Tony and confirm that the date is still locked in place though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but yes, that's a big one for sure. They brought in probably the most we've ever gotten out of the scramble last year.
Did we do anything for the oil field tournament?
Yeah, well, then, no.
We used to do like
like that goes with our community
The
event.
hockey club used to go out there during the oil folks.
Oh, maybe I like.
On both places. And they would,
I swear to God, and Angie were there on the whole, like the oil field tournament.
I'm just saying, like, maybe that's something, I'm not going to spend time on it, but it seemed like people were throwing 20s and 50s and stuff. And I remember on the old course, especially,
Yeah,
the Oilers.
I've
seen any club on the other field in the last 5 years.
I'd say in the last 3 years, we cooked every single one of them.
I'll stay on
For
the
the last
ball.
3
Give
years.
me 10.
Are these some ideas we can start putting into action at them all, just for marketing to maybe moving it on?
When is it open?
Confirming the phone.
They just put it out
Okay.
July.
Spanish?
Action.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Birds and birdies, who
Well, then we can do the Dickinson ladies aren't doing that women's one. I think the Walker ladies are already trying to do that this year too. They got all in, like that's it.
I mean, we
Yeah,
had,
have opportunities.
I think we had a tent up with those plush toys at the Ghost Ring or something.
That's what I thought, yeah.
At our Ghost Ring.
Oh,
Yeah, we had our tent for
I
ours.
don't, yeah, I don't think we, put it out for anything else. It's just more costly.
we will add it to the to-do list.
Okay, second.
And then one thing with the community events too, I know Brittany, you kind of talked about doing, well, we need to utilize the food truck obviously, so kind of figuring out.
Do you want to, I mean, I have that as my concession note, but we can talk about it as community event too, I don't care.
Well, I think that's where like you and I can work
Okay.
together and figure that
Yep.
whole pieces out.
Perfect.
You know, if we're doing concessions, I don't know if we would need a booth or we combine them a little bit somehow or something, but I think that's something you and I can kind of collaborate on.
Yep, and I, just on the community event thing, I have reached out to Lisa, not Kayla's mom, for spots for the trailer, if that's something we're interested in. I don't know where we're sitting with the food trailer, I know we have to maybe discuss more, but we needed spots if we were gonna do it, so I did apply. But anyway, that's maybe not the right spot.
Which, we paid for a membership through the chamber.
Oh, okay.
Annual membership.
She did email me back. Kathy requested 2 spots. Obviously, now with the new trailer, this is probably all on my concession tab. Sorry.
Any more, Sam?
You trailer at your house?
Okay, equipment.
You got any update for equipment?
Oh, me. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Update. It's all organized. We have to go through goalie equipment because Kevin mentioned there's a place we
There's,
might
I found a couple other places
refurbish.
actually that refurbish goalie here. So.
Okay, so our next step, everything equipment-wise is accounted for. JC applied for a grant for the helmets because we have a lot of expired helmets.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of expired helmets that we put children in this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
So, just a little bit. And that's all I have to say on that. So hopefully we get this a grant. She said it's at least 60 days until she hears back. I just spoke to her today, so I'm not sure when she'll hear back from those 2. Otherwise, yeah, work on goalie gear, get that figured out and sent away, or refurbished, or whatever our next step is.
We need to do an assessment on what we actually need for goalie.
Yeah, and so I have all my ladies. We took
How much is
away.
actually used because most of the kids above squirts have their phone.
Yeah.
So is it worth spending the money to go and have all that old gear refurbished if it's going to sit on the shelf for the next 20 years?
Well, I haven't even looked at like all the stuff. Like I know a lot of the leather white and like you can replace.
The little kid stuff, we did just buy a whole bunch too, so
5 or 6 sets.
a whole bunch of sets.
So that I'll have that more like number wise what we're all looking for next meeting probably. I know I didn't all my count, but I figured we can start out with them. And maybe have an idea of a grant. Otherwise, Jennifer is doing jerseys, so I'm just letting her be in that room and do whatever she needs to do, so. That's all I think I got on that. Oh, no, I lied. There was mention of possibly switching rooms. I think we measured and there's really not a whole lot of gaming space, and I know we already redid those rooms, like Kathy's room, we put new equipment to Kathy's. I kind of, after a while, suggested not, because we got it really organized and we're looking at hopefully maybe taking off the mounted covers on that west wall and just getting more like flat surfaces so we can get helmets all on that shelf above the sink. Like keep the sink, but just do floating shelves up there somehow. We have not
We got
ran
it.
that by yet, so.
We haven't ran it by the rough rider.
So that's all I got.
I haven't thought of repurposing those already, so.
Correct, so I was just, yeah.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah, so that's all I have for equipment, room stuff, and equipment, so.
Concessions?
Again, I talked to Kathy after the cleaning. I know during the figure skating afterwards it did get cleaned. I think that was a little snafu of it not quite being as clean, because she just cleaned it. So she did get in there again, so I think we're good on that. Otherwise, we just talked food truck when I was conversating with her a lot. She's going to be very busy this summer. I don't know how we feel about this food truck, or like if this is a whole different conversation. Like I said, I did apply for Home Fest Rib Fest spots. With that comes with a whole bunch of fun things to deal with, as I remember last time with the food truck. Richard and Kathy sounded like they want it off their property, so if anyone wants it in their yard, it's the old black like 701 taco truck, so it's like a.
It's like a potato.
Oh my bad. I thought I was
So
talking
it was 701, something.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Like
It's like a.
larger FedEx truck.
Yeah, it's significantly.
It's bigger than
the old one. The old one was at Darlene's, if I remember correctly, but that thing was junk.
Oh yeah, it was junk.
And then, can we sell the old one?
Can we sell the old one?
You could burn
We can
it.
scrap it.
You'd be better off burning it to the ground, honestly.
Convert it into a ice shanty?
We could take it
No.
back to the ice. Yeah, it can be an ice house again.
It could go back to being a nice
It
house.
could go back to being an ice house actually, with a really good, decent.
Are we not allowed to have a spot at the factory?
You could bring that up to
Oh.
the facilities and see if
Just
there's.
tightly parked.
I'm not opposed to it. I'd just be afraid of vandalism.
Well, there's cameras. I mean, that's obvious. The cameras.
I just can't do the same old Volkswagen van. It has to stay in someone's yard for like 2
I
years.
have room at the farm, but I.
No issue with it being at the farm, but I have an issue with mice getting into it.
Right, well then we're having to pull it from Chris's every time someone needs to go get it, which again isn't that far, but still a pain in the ass
I
too.
mean, if we could do it here, that'd be the best.
Just
If
do it here,
cameras,
yeah.
yeah, no mice,
Less.
What?
Well, it'd be easier to stock and stuff too, and you know,
Grab it
all that
or
shit.
something.
Yeah. So
They
we should thought,
obviously need to use it, because you guys spent how much on it?
More than 40. More than some of us wanted to.
also on the note, generator, I do have that donated and ready to go if we do cook this summer. They will not pay the full $40,000 to wrap it by themselves. They requested maybe like splitting it up into $10,000 spots like throughout different companies. If that's, I don't remember how it was presented or how you guys even want to go about it.
What's on the sheet and the marketing fundraising can do whatever they want with it and a variation.
Okay.
The way it's on the current sheet is that was proposed is $10K a year for 4 years for a 4 year
Oh, okay,
commitment.
okay.
That way they could put their, like, we obviously got to get our frame logo on the thing
Yeah.
too. But you would, sponsored by.
Yeah, and that's what I figured.
You know, as an example, and then they're just paying $10,000 a year for 4 years, and then after that, you could continue doing the $10,000. And you can drop down 1 year commitments, 2.
Okay.
I would do more than one, just because you never want to wrap that thing.
Yeah, rewrap it. Okay, so it was $10,000 for 4 years.
$10,000 a year
$10,000.
for 40 total.
Gotcha.
Over a 4 year span.
But we could just eventually if we wanted once a year. And I know.
Yeah, you can even reduce it to 5. Like,
Okay.
the initial was 10 grand a year for 4 years, so you get the 40 covered, and after that, I mean, you could pick a new number, do 2,500, 5 grand a year, after
Okay.
that for a 2 or 3 year term, whatever.
Where did this, like, did the other one fall apart?
Yeah, she got,
I don't know, is that why you got a new one? I don't know.
yes.
I mean, it was done, I don't know.
The concessions lady, predominantly Darlene came in and they wanted a new one, so they presented us with options. There was an initial, not to exceed price that we would re-vote to go above it. And that's how we came to this one, because this one popped up randomly, because we were looking at ones where we had like located some decently far, some of them were not in a whole
Is this a
lot better shape.
Bumper pole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what the other one is. What's?
Yes.
It's a bumper one, yeah.
I haven't seen it in person, but I'm pretty sure.
I just drove by
It's like
it.
16 or 18 foot long.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I'm pretty sure it's in.
No, it's not that. It's all.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I just drove by, I didn't wanna go stop in their yard, but if we want to probably someone get it out of their yard,
Huh?
I think they would appreciate it, just to know.
No, it's inside outside pictures of the.
Can you check with the Rough Rider?
Yeah.
Just for parking.
Got it on mine. Got it on this stuff. It's a good call.
I mean, it is a huge money maker from Home Fest and Road Fest. Like, you get those late night burgers, and those are cool.
I think the last time we had numbers come in was like 10 grand.
Yeah, and I mean, all you have to do is
Weekend,
like
you're
your road. You
making
don't
fun.
have to make it hard. Just from the previous times we did it, took it, and again, you can hit up the Buffer Rodeo to do stuff. Like, you really can make it worth it if you have someone willing to work. Kathy's got a wedding thing, and I don't want to put it on her. We're going a little bit, I don't want to put it on
I
just
think
us.
you can put it out there, your committee team can
Yeah.
get together to get it out,
Yeah.
and get volunteers to help at this certain.
And again, it doesn't need to
We'll
be
figure out which ones make the most sense to go to.
Keep it fair in mind too.
fair, yes. That date changed? No.
I don't know.
I mean, you could even, I mean, if you really.
And
feel
Sturgis
like
date
it's
changed.
safe
We're
there,
taking it to Sturgis, me and Chris.
You've got fun.
We're over our air mattress and just sleeping there.
That's the only place you're gonna be able to sleep.
All right,
We're gonna flip burgers.
facilities.
So no real update on Denver, right? We talked with the Rider about installing some TVs and stuff and mounting some other stuff in here. They have to look at their stuff to see if we can, because they're gonna have to pull power and see if they can mount it and stuff and do what we were kind of thinking about. So that's kind of in Rough Rider's hands now. I did send the invoice for the board cleaning over. I don't know if you guys all saw that. I just sent it. So. And then we talked to them about the possible future projects that's on them. So they are asking for the city to pay for the updated the locker room updates, hangings, net hangers for in here, the new benches potentially for a community ring, and they're gonna peel up all the old matting that we laid down a couple years ago, however long ago that was, and professionally seal it back down. Something they're gonna do. So,
Now they wanna do flooring.
hey, got it. Yeah, they're gonna reuse our old flooring, but put it down professionally like it's supposed to be. And that, so, it's kind of weird.
Hey, sometimes you just win later.
Yeah.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. So I saw the technology stuff being sent over. So kind of waiting to see what they're going to do here and what they're going to pull. So if they're only going to do power or whatever, but if they'll do other things like where we can put a camera up top or something else or whatever else, then that'll change maybe what we can do. So because if we could run extra wiring up to that, be able to mount cameras and other things up there that'd be could potentially be beneficial.
There's, at least from where I am, and maybe I can send it to you, what we have in our office too, but there is literally a speaker with a camera in it. And you can see the whole damn room, so I don't think we need to like get outworldlier with outlets.
No, they're gonna have to put outlets in anyways for
If that's what they're doing, that's fine. I'm saying to speed this along, to have a speaker and everything and microphone, like
I think I
we
actually
can
have one.
run temp until that happens.
Yes, I think I actually have one I'm gonna bring in and try here, because we have the new computer that's sitting right there. I will eventually set that up and then see, try to bring in what I have and be able to hook up that computer to the TV, to the speaker, microphone, camera, and run it. I think I have everything already.
When do
It's
we
like,
use that?
Well, the intention was that if anybody comes in here and is a contractor or an employee, it's the club's computer, not personal, so it stays with the club and then what they worked on. And
so anything.
it was approved, but never got done.
Anything that the club has worked on, like welcome packets and things like that, don't walk away with that person who was working on it. They stay with us. So it was the intention behind it. So it's here. It just
It
needs
was
to
a
be,
ball that was dropped.
yeah. It's here now. It needs to just we'll get it hooked up, and then I think I have the stuff that we were throwing away at the shop. So
But what I'm getting at is I don't want to deal with temporary stuff from you. What I'm saying is let's just get the stuff we need.
And that's what, that's what I forwarded
Yes.
those cameras, is like, maybe we can just approve the budget and say, let's go out. To me, the second to last option kind of kills all of us, it's gonna spend like $600 or $700. That Logi camera with
Again, I think we could use, if there's still gaming funds in it as expenses, that's why I want to know clarity, because we could pull from
okay. And we don't have
the
to
trust, or the trust account would have to get converted to me. I'm like, we should figure out where these different accounts can pay for certain things, like the trust, like I know we pulled for the cook shack out of the trust money, if I remember correctly. And Lisa did text me, the actually, since all you guys asked, the scholarship fund was for the financial relief fund. The gaming is what paid for the scholarship. The gaming account. So, just for clarity on that. But nonetheless, I don't want to do temporary things in here from like that perspective. At least my personal opinion. Sounds like Chris knows, Spencer knows. Just get the real stuff.
It wouldn't be temporary. We bring it in and just use it.
Well, no, let's get the real stuff.
Yeah, it's the stuff that we took out of our boardroom that we have at work, and they bought new, different thing. It's the whole camera, speaker.
donation.
Yeah, you didn't be a donation. So, and I had a whole other stuff I actually took out of my office that I'm never going to use again, so.
Thank
Can you send us some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's legit, it's legit.
Yeah, I'm just, that's a $0 to the club.
Yeah,
so-
which is fine. I
So
would like to see.
It would be, would work perfect. I mean, I used it 3 months ago, and then I decided to reorganize my office, and I don't use it, so.
Just shoot us a photo tomorrow and then we get a chance to
Yeah.
see whatever, and then if it's, if they're willing to donate and we all are comfortable with what it is.
Yeah.
that is-
So we'll just get everything hooked up to the new computer, and that, so, and then we can use the new computer during our board meetings is what the idea.
So then we probably just, if all that stuff works, the thing would be a purchase for a newer, bigger TV, is that what I'm hearing?
So if the Rough Rider put this stuff in, we'd be responsible for the TVs. They would do the mounts, the electrical work, all the other things, we would just buy TVs.
I know. If, I don't care about that part, that's not what I'm asking. If the stuff works,
Mhm.
do we still need to buy a new TV, would be the additional expense if, okay. Because even if that doesn't happen, we can still buy a new TV.
You
and
can
put
still
it
get
on.
on the make 2 rolls.
Yeah.
TVs are $9,000.
Yeah.
Correct.
Super cheap.
That would be what we would need to just get a bigger new.
We just need to get all this other excess crap out here, get the TV set up.
Well, we need to reorganize for it, but that's another day.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking. So that would be the expense then, and
Yes.
we drop it down, would be, because they're not gonna provide us some TVs, it'll just be stuff.
Right.
Okay, 10.
They'll buy the mounts, put it all, we just have to put it-
Mediation series.
Yeah.
2.
Any high facilities?
No.
Special need positions?
I need to send an update.
This is, I put this on.
Do we have
We didn't forget it.
Okay.
So I put each person's title, so we can skip it since we've been through it.
Okay.
It was JC that signed up for Safe Sport. She's willing to just learn from Jennifer. Though I don't know if Yeah, I don't know if that makes a difference for like voting, but I just texted her and she said whatever's easier, so I think it'd be easier for her just to.
Okay, that, yeah, we'll just
Okay.
connect
Just wanted to
for
know.
Jennifer.
Okay.
I would say let it roll. We've already voted Jennifer in, so if she wants to transition.
Okay, lastly is review survey results. Okay. I've read most of them.
I think we should have a sit down on the side meeting and go through, develop a response to certain ones, or just give feedback to show what we went through and things we're working on, maybe improve certain areas or to address concerns, and not just take it in and not really show we're doing anything. To me, that's
Can we kick it to marketing?
show some action.
Communication?
That's,
Okay.
they're gonna have a big.
Can we kick it to marketing communication to develop that?
That committee just goes
And
and
then
then they send it to the board.
send it to us?
Everything, yeah, everything from a committee level is always a recommendation, it has to come in order. If it's something that, you know what I mean, like if it's something like a response, like, okay, here's our recommendation for response from the survey. We're more than likely gonna vote, I would say 99% of it through.
All recommendation.
Yeah, all recommendations. That's how it, like, you know. Like your guys' spring stuff, I put my action notes in there, I honestly thought you guys were gonna present it for a motion already, but like, if you guys are ready, but if not, yeah. Well, that, you guys put it in an email, right?
We did,
Yeah.
but we need enough people that are going to support operating that.
No, that's fine. Before the meeting happened, I assumed you guys were gonna present it as a recommendation for us to vote it in. Understandably now, it's not. So that's fine.
Well, I think we'll know better luck with the group.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to provide an example of this. So. Here's our recommendation, here's an house. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Open floor.
So I've got,
Anybody's got anything to add?
I've got one thing, and it was, the technology thing was more in reference to SharePoint and our emails and just who's been able to get into SharePoint and dig around and figure out what's left in there.
Just get
Does anyone need help?
I'm gonna put my name on my Excel sheet, man, to stay.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's one thing.
If I was on my phone and someone's saying on my desktop, I feel like I wouldn't be able to like actually type stuff in, but
Makes it way easier.
I've been able to like look and see what you guys need, I swear.
This is how it's.
Yeah, I say I'm not on my cell phone, but.
Good. I mean, it's a tool, and it's only as useful as we make it. If we don't have time to jump into it and be uncomfortable for the look, it's going to be uncomfortable the first day there. But I think that action overall, the thought is that every committee chair manages their own action items. For stuff, and I know Chris has put 10 pages worth of stuff in the hockey committee already. It's like, we'll chip away at it.
Yeah, prioritize.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a call. Maybe that's a call we need to add in there is prioritization, like, what things gets checked off. Like,
What? We did though, I think, right? Because then we prioritized it by season in theory, and then you could.
if they're recurring, but like if you got something that's hot that pops up.
Well, yeah, but then you just put it in the season. You're like right now it's spring, right? So like if something pops up now, you can throw it in spring, and then put it by event date, and then you could filter it by your due date essentially. Would be how you. That's how I see it going. With that way you don't have to edit any
Yep.
things.
And something else I had to have a ton of time to look at is, I mean, we've got access to all these different applications. I want to say, I think there's some that are specifically made for advertising and bulletins and stuff like that. So, I mean, get in there, play with it until it breaks, and try to find ways that we can be productive. That's just a message.
So now that one thing on that regard is now that we voted in our positions and we
Sam had admin access. I don't know, I haven't had a chance to run Sam through anything that I've been able to do and how we can go about setting people up. Anyone else want that responsibility?
Well, you're not gonna do their names, right? You're gonna do the position, like, schedule.
That's because it'd be a positional.
And then Sam knows how to do the rule changes when she's in there to like, hey, if Spencer is the registrar, she does the, where it
I don't
goes.
know how it works.
Sam should, because she said all this stuff.
I think the way that this works is we can set up group distribution lists and stuff. So yeah, okay with it. Those definitely need to get set up, and they need to be able to get access to SharePoint, the scheduler, the registrar.
Yeah, I think if you just set the emails up and Sam can get in there to the rules for you, I think that would be, that would suffice. And then she would just need to change the rules on our old one to flow it into the new one with an automatic response of research emails. So.
You
Right.
Sam, you know how to shoot emails
Yeah,
or
that's what we did with the old board email.
Yeah. So you're versed in all that. It's just a matter of getting the new one set up for the new positions as well.
Yes.
Okay.
On advertising, the 540 exam, remember we talked, we were getting that wrapped. I met with Victor the other day, and what First and National wants is going to be more expensive than we originally thought. So, like another like $1,000 to wrap it.
We'll just bring it back with the new look. Because they wanted to do their own design, right? That's why I remember we left it.
Yeah.
Just bring back a new price with Victor and
So first has holes in it?
Yes.
well,
So, and I'm wondering if it's one of the things right now that we go back to first, and it's something I can work on since I'm doing it anyways, instead of pushing off to the new person, but going back and asking first to, if they want to change both of them, to pitch in and pay for part of the wrap for both of them, because it's going to be their new, like, design.
if you can get that, by all means.
I'm gonna.
But I would say that we are responsible to pay for the route. That's what they're advertising. Which on our exam is buying exam. So.
Yeah.
And then we do have to find a contract for that because I think it's 2 years left. That's what we gotta find. They'll have it. Maybe
They'll have it.
Yeah, they'll
I'll
have
talk
it.
to them.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Just get that where Bulls Ends have the deadline date because that's the other thing. Do they even want to reinvest in paying for more money if they're going to have to start paying? Because the Rough Rider possibly is going to, when they get like that exam as cities. So once this transition happens, I don't know what price they're going to charge to put on their exam.
Yeah.
So.
What do we do with ours then if they take over? Sell it to?
We keep it, they'll run it. This is what we discussed. Now, we can have a group here discussion.
Okay, so you're already talking about.
We have discussed a little bit, basically reverse what they're doing to us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll buy the parts, they'll fix it, they'll maintain it, and they'll run it. That's what we discussed. If this group wants to do something different, then we can do that. But that's what they're doing. Like we run, it's basically reversing what.
Right now, they just buy the parts for their exam, and we do everything else.
Yeah.
What they'll come down to is we buy the parts for our exam, they'll do everything. So.
Right. That's what we discussed about a fair trade. But they're getting right now they're getting 25% of their exams advertising until it's done. That will lump in with that is what I forgot to say. It will lump in with advertising. So in the transition that will lump in with the percentage of advertising we're giving up. But we have yet to wrap ours in with first when they donated it. We just evolved it up, so we brought it up.
So you said they have 2 years left on ours? Maybe? Just I don't mean
Well,
like, so.
Well, the Rough Rider Centers had it was a 5-year agreement at $7,500 a year or something like that. When they bought and donated our ZAM, it was 2 years later. So we did a 5-year agreement on ours, and what they wanted and were gonna do was to extend that one 2 years, so they were gonna end at the same time.
So when that ends, can we go get other?
Yeah. That's why he needs to just find a contract where it has the end dates for, because then in theory, the Rough Rider could take that and do whatever they want with it on their side, and then we can advertise our own.
I don't think we just want to settle for.
No, I think that's something you could get more than $7,500 a year, in my opinion. It's not a thing you need to think about.
15 grand.
There's a lot of stuff on the action item list that already sounds like for marketing and fundraising, because, I mean, that sheet picks a lot of these other things that we can do with the food truck, so.
So if that committee's okay, then I'll continue to work on the thing, advertising, since I've been working on it for.
Well, yeah, and that's just getting
Yeah.
That's not anything but that.
I'll keep you in the loop, Sam.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's just to do our due diligence. I brought it up, like, I don't know, what, 6 months ago. I'm like, we need to get that down.
Yeah, it's been between rap and going back and forth at first.
Yeah, which they're appreciative. They've been back and forth, so it's not like it's just on us at this point. Yes, but we had it ready to pull the trigger, and they wanted
Their marketing
wanted to get involved.
Let's all change the whole, we're gonna change the whole color of the name. It's like, cool. It's not like a rap part of it. So we're gonna do red, like the other one. They want the whole thing.
All right, any more open discussion? When's the next meeting?
June 9th.
Okay.
Okay, I'll motion to adjourn.
We'll second that motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe text
I don't know how to.
Christopher.